Hello everybody, good morning. Hope everybody's well. I'd just like to invite you to our Discover Islam Week 2015 marquee. We hope you enjoy your time here, have a look around once the opening ceremony commences, and we hope you really take some beneficial knowledge from it and have a good time. First of all, I'd like to invite Yasser to come and do a Quran recitation from the chapter of the Quran called Al-Rum, which means the Romans.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فسبحان الله حين تمسون وحين تصبحون وله الحمد في السماوات والأرض وعشيا وحين تظهرون.
Very much. I'd just like to invite now Wajid Hussien to come and deliver his poetry reading.
Hello everybody, my name is Wajid Hussien. Locally, it took me 14 minutes to walk here, so it's a bit of a record for me. I got the invitation from Sister Zainab, and it's hard to say no to someone who has the same name as your mum. So I was thinking about what to share really, and so I was working on a new piece and I thought it was very apt to share it with you today. And this poem is called Greetings. Words, they echo out, push the air to reach you, tunnel their way into your ears, and move you, not always physically, but some things resonate in our hearts, in between the beats, even in the space where atoms vibrate. Because there are times when we listen with our whole being, and our whole being is moved by the sound of words. It's what they can do. So when I say, Assalamu alaikum, let us take that moment and relax to explore the meaning that is simply stated as, peace be upon you.
Thank you very much. Now I'd like to pass on to the President of the Islamic Society this year, Alsaawi.
Good morning everyone. Dear special guests, friends, brothers and sisters, I would like to greet you with the Islamic greeting. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessing of God be upon you. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all here today on behalf of the Newcastle University Islamic Society, ISO. It is wonderful, as always, to see familiar faces from our friends and all the special guests and the special members within our university. I would also like to extend my gratitude and thanks to all the people that have made it possible for this event to become a reality. Today marks this occasion, the opening ceremony of Discover Islam Week 2015. Welcome one and all. The Newcastle University Islamic Society has been established since the early 1970s. During these long years, countless activities have been organized and achievements have been awarded. Proudly, the ISOC has been a very active society on campus for its members and even non-members. It has been awarded the biggest society on campus on more than one occasion, and we hope to continue receiving such outstanding achievements. We are very proud of what we do and are grateful that the university has been encouraging and supporting such events and activities.
Thank you very much. And now I'd like to invite Professor Suzanne Charlteon, who is the Pro Vice Chancellor for Learning and Teaching. Thank you very much.
Well, it's a great pleasure for me to be here once again for Discover Islam Week. This is now, that's okay, I don't touch it. I know that this is now an annual event and it's a most welcome addition to the university calendar. At the university we've got in excess of 150 student societies, and some of those are faith-based. So along with your Christian, Hindu, Jewish, Sikh colleagues, the Islamic Society through initiatives such as this one, is encouraging not only the practicing of faith, but also interfaith communication. And it's particularly pleasing to acknowledge the fact that this is a student initiative, which can be beneficial not only to particular groups, but to the wider campus community. In today's world, we're only too aware of the difficulties that can arise from misinterpretation of and prejudice against any faith. These difficulties can be countered by initiatives such as yours. And this offers non-Muslim members of our campus community the opportunity to learn more about the nature, belief set, the culture and the heritage of Islam. Discover Islam Week is therefore a most welcome expression of the university's overall strategy of inclusivity and open communication. I know how much work must have gone into setting up Discover Islam Week, and the university is most grateful to all of those who've been involved for your efforts, and we wish you a very successful week.
Thank you very much. And now I'd like to invite Claire Rudman, who's the president of the Students' Union.
Well, welcome all to the start of Discover Islam Week. Being president of a students' union has really opened my eyes to the enthusiasm the student body has for celebrating diversity in our community. This was ever so apparent on the weekend, where we saw a great student turnout for the Diversity March. We currently have 23,000 students at Newcastle University, from a variety of backgrounds and religions, all mixing together and living in one student community. From personal experience, I can honestly say Newcastle students are very active and outwardly looking people. This is certainly true for the Islamic Society, who have put a lot of hard work into this event. They are one of our biggest, most active societies, and most importantly, they understand how beneficial it is to go out into the student community and educate people. These events are so important to our campus, not just for the vibrancy they bring, but also to build awareness, highlight and celebrate our diversity. I want to thank the Islamic Society for setting such a great precedent here within the Students' Union, and I'm sure other student groups will be, are and are currently attempting to match. We already this year have seen an LGBT+ Awareness Week, Christian Union have their annual Knowing God Week, and soon we will be hosting an international festival of arts and music, where many different cultures will be coming together to exhibit their traditions. Another reason why Discovering Islam Week is important is the same for all the above events so far. People are all guilty of stereotyping or making their own mind up before understanding something properly. I myself learned a lot last year from the many visits inside the marquee and gained far more than my fair share of samosas. But I'm hoping this year it will bring in more and more students and continue to be a highlight on the university calendar. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now I'd like to invite our third and final guest speaker, Yusuf Chambers.
Okay, how is everyone this morning? Yeah, good. Assalamu alaikum. Does everyone know how to answer that? Does everyone, who knows what it means? Somebody who's not Muslim. What does it mean? But basically, may peace be upon you. And then the extended version, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, the mercy and the blessings of Almighty God be upon the whole gathering. That's what I meant to say. Anyway, so thank you very much for inviting me here, the ISOL, the university. It's absolutely amazing and fantastic to see such a mixed gathering of people in a time with a backdrop which suggests that we have many, many challenges in our society, internationally, nationally and locally. So, you know, there are reasons why we have these challenges. The reasons why we have these challenges, I believe, overwhelmingly, is actually to do with the way the Muslims have not engaged in wider society. So, I want to give you an example of a man that did that. There was a man in 1889 in Liverpool. In Liverpool in 1889, when it was considered #2 city in the world, in fact, in the Empire of Great Britain, he made a trip to Morocco. In fact, he was feeling rather sick and jaded from his work, so he took a trip to Morocco. When he came back, he declared his faith as a Muslim. Now, in 1889, he opened a center in the middle of Liverpool, in the city of Liverpool. And his objective was to share his new faith. So what he did was he opened the center on Christmas Day, and he fed 1,000 young kids from the street. Now that, to me, is a manifestation of the faith. That's actualizing the faith. That's not just talking, paying lip service to your faith, which a lot of Muslims and Christians and Jews and lots of other faith groups and non-faith groups also do, and they pay a disservice to their faith. So this man wasn't content with feeding 1,000 people on Christmas Day. He then took it on his shoulders to open up an orphanage, in Victorian Britain, a Muslim orphanage. It's quite amazing. And by the end of the 3rd year, he had 56 students, which he was paying from his own pocket to look after. Now, he wasn't content just to give them a bed and feed them. He actually educated them in logic, in maths, in sciences, in Arabic, in Quran studies, and these kids became the most excellent children in the city. It was said in the Liverpool Echo around 1902, a poet wrote of this man that if he was to ride his white stallion through the streets of Liverpool, that the women of Liverpool would come out and manifest flowers in front of him. That was how they viewed this man. If you move forward to the next batch of mosques that opened in Liverpool, there's a place called Ar-Rahma, mosque called Ar-Rahma, meaning mercy, okay? I visited that city a couple of years ago, and I knocked on the door of one of the neighbors. That was open in the 1950s. I knocked on the door and I asked the woman, had anyone ever visited her? She replied, no. You see the difference? The next batch of mosques and the influx of Muslims from, 1950s, the 60s, so on and so forth, there was a massive difference about why they came. They came as economic migrants. They came here to, be away from difficulties and troubles and strife. They didn't come here to manifest their faith. Now, we've got no choice. Because, bottom line is, people are coming to us and asking us, what is your faith about? Are you, do you ally yourself with these people who are doing acts of barbarity and violence in your name, in your religious name? The answer is, of course, no. This event goes some way towards correcting those misunderstandings, those incorrect, incorrect sort of parallels that have been created by media, that have been created by some loud voices, neoconservative voices out there in society, and we all should work together as people of faith, as people of no faith, as people of different genders and sexualities, of different persuasions, in order to say enough is enough, we're not going to accept it, we're going to speak to each other, we're going to dialogue with each other, and we're going to show some mercy with each other. Now the Prophet Muhammad, I just want to say a few more words about this great man. May the peace and mercy be upon him. He came to correct the righteous character. I just want to show you some of the character of this man. When his neighbor, she was a Jewish lady, used to every morning drop litter and rubbish outside his door. He would come out and he would clean it up. He would say nothing and he would just go about his daily work. One day, it happened that the litter, the rubbish was not there. So he knew where it was coming from. So he knocked on the door of the lady and he found her, to his surprise, on her deathbed, very, very sick. He was the first person to visit that woman on her deathbed. She was so shocked. As she was sick, she was so shocked that the man that she had been abusing, oppressing for years and years and years was the man that came to visit her. This is an expression of the love this man had for his neighbors. And the companions used to speak to the Prophet about neighbors, and the neighbors used to be such a big thing that they thought the neighbors were going to inherit from them, meaning that they were number one, you know? So we have many, many examples, hundreds of, if not thousands of examples in this faith, of how we should be manifesting our faith and actualizing the faith and not paying lip service to it, and we should be bringing those acts of kindnesses, regardless of race, color, culture, creed, sexuality, whatever, wherever color, we should be manifesting those acts of faith with pride and dignity and honor in Newcastle today, in the university today. And I pray that Almighty God allows us to come to common terms between us and them, that there is only one God worthy of worship, and that we're all from the same family, we're all from Adam and Eve, and that we should try our utmost to try to understand each other's positions and to come into the middle grounds and out the people on the extremes and come into the middle. And I pray that Almighty God will allow us to do that. And I thank you very much for listening. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'd now like to conclude the opening ceremony, but before that, we'd like to invite Suzanne Charlteon to cut our official Discover Islam Week cake this year. Rather than a ribbon, it's a cake this year. It's on the table over there. And also before you leave, please have a look around the tent, have a look around the exhibition, and lastly, please do sign the Gazelle just at the end there. But yes, for now, let's go have some cake and refreshments, of course, samosas and everything else. Thank you very much, everybody, for taking time out this morning. Thank you.